guys? It is Needle. Today's video I'll be discussing how to tarp or how to tunnel on controller for all my controller scrimmers out there that are preparing for the Winter Royale. This is going to apply to all my controller scrimmers out there. I know a lot of my viewers do play on controller and play on console, so this is perfect with the upcoming Winter Royale this weekend. So get you and your duo ready and learn these tarps because they can be very useful when you get in tight situations and don't have a lot of mats. With that being said, I will be showing you guys a couple of different tarps, some that use a little bit more mats and some that are a lot more efficient that you guys do have to use when you're running low and running shambles on your mats. But before I get too far into the video and show you guys these tarps, I would like to let you guys know I'm doing my best to post consistently with the best tips and tricks content with anything related to Fortnite. So if you enjoy content like this at all, make sure to subscribe, leave a like on the video, and turn on notifications if you want to be reminded when I post again. So this is what like a full tunnel or full tarp would look like. I mean, depending on the scenario, but this is just the general idea of it. Basically, you're boxing up using 1x1s to travel across horizontally wherever it may be. So this is why you see it a lot in end game or late game situations in competitive, just because it's a very confined, tight space and you have a lot of guys. So a lot of the moving zones, there's going to be about 30 to 40 people come Winter Royale or any just duo event, and there's just going to be a lot of guys and not a lot of space. So you have to create your own space with tunnels like this to get you across the moving zone. Since they do move pretty slow, you have time to tunnel like this. Now, what you guys are wondering though is, how do I start tunneling and tarping like this? So I'll start with what I think is, so per controller, obviously you don't have as much accessibility and just ability to like go around and flick your builds when you tunnel in your edits like this. So I think the simplest way to do it, I'll show you the motion it goes. This one right here is probably the most efficient, and this is more of a tarp than a tunnel, but basically just like this. You got your two floor pieces, one above, one below, and then the two walls on the side. And then what you want to do from there is just learn the motion like this and get the motion down consistently every time, and then you can start doing it while running like so. So this is definitely one of the most efficient ones. It only uses 4 mats, so I would say to start your tunnel when you have most of your hard mats, this is the tunnel you do want to be going with. And it's very easy to do, like you guys saw me do. I'll do it again, running here. Boom, boom, boom. Mess it up sometimes, but I'll edit through when you need to. Yeah, it's pretty efficient. You don't have to go as fast if you're not as quick with it. It does get hard and like you just misplace some builds sometimes, but this is by far the most efficient tarp you can do when you have all of your map. Next is going to be more of like how to actually tunnel on controller. So that would be, instead of tarping where you just keep going and only uses 4, this would use 5, but you would place a wall in front of you and then edit it as you go. So something like this. I missed a wall right here, but that will happen. You guys see I have like a crazy motion I use on controller, and I know you guys are going to be wondering like what my sensitivity is that I'm able to do that, so I'll just show you guys now. This is supposed to be a sensitivity video, but I know people are going to be asking. I use 2.3 build sense, 2.4 edit, and then I use 50/55 on linear. So those are my settings. But yeah, this looks a lot cleaner, but then again, keep in mind it does use one more build. But yeah, people always think you can't do like full tunneling like this on controller, but it's not the case. At least controller on PC, you can definitely get away and do this tunnel, and it looks pretty clean. Sometimes you just like scuff that edit more than anything. Right there, you can see me continuously scuffing it. But yeah, once you get the motion down and get warmed up, it is pretty good, and it's an efficient tunnel, as you guys can see back here. And to show you guys the motion I use for when I do full tunnels like that, where I just completely box and then edit through. So let's say I start right here. I would edit through this wall, same motion, but instead of placing both floors, I do one floor, and then I go with the one wall on the left, a floor above, and then a wall here, and then kind of like turbo this wall with it. So it looks something like this. It's pretty crazy. It's like a circular motion if you guys look at it, and I sometimes miss the right wall more than anything. But yeah, it's a pretty crazy motion. Once you get the timing down, I'm sure you guys can see my controller on screen, the way I hit these buttons. But yeah, it looks really, really clean. And it's like a full tunnel on controller, which a lot of people just don't think you can do, but you definitely can if you get it down. Next up, we have diagonal tunnels or Bizzle Tunnels. These are when the zone's like pulling a little more diagonal and you don't have to go straight in. So these would look like this. So let's say you're starting your box like this. It's the same motion as the first one actually. So you're gonna go floor, floor, and then do your walls right here, but then after that you're gonna do floors again and then walls again, and then just keep moving diagonally like this. You guys got that? So boom, 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 and you guys see this is a pretty efficient tunnel as well. It's gonna use a little more mats, but this is when the zone is moving more diagonally. Obviously it's a diagonal tunnel and you don't have to go straight in with just like a linear tunnel. So these in full motion look something like this. And you can turbo build this. This is pretty easy. With the tarps, the first one I showed you guys, you have to like tap those, but you can turbo build this. Hold down R1, hold down R2. Very, very easy. And you guys can check back here. Let's look at it. We have a fully made tunnel. Put a wall there and action, but yeah, clear tunnel gets you and your duo all the way to zone. Keep in mind, this is on controller, guys. This is for controller, so if you are on keyboard and mouse, and I'm sure you guys can do this easily. These are not very hard to do in keyboard and mouse, but for controller, a lot of people are just like unaware of how to do some of these tunnels or how to be efficient about their tunneling. So just want to make this video clear some stuff up for you guys. The next one I want to show you though is something that I see a lot of people do on controller due to 360 move, and it's a lot easier to do on controller. And this is actually what you would want to do when you start running out of mats. When me and my duo, when we run out of mats, we usually call it this tarp to do with the last of our hard mats. This is a 3 material or 3-layer tarp. So you want to start with the floor obviously, and then you want to look towards this way, put a ramp behind you like you're almost scissor ramping to go up, and then place a wall. So it looks pretty goofy and it looks like it would get you killed, and it might get you shot if there's someone coming this way, but then again, it's not going to be as protected because it is only for 3 mats. So you know, you win some, you lose some, but basically it looks like this in full motion. Just keep it going. Sometimes get that wall in an accident, go up a layer, but yeah, so boom boom, you can go the other way too. This is really good just because you have 360 movement and can kind of like turn like this. So to show you guys what this tunnel looks like, you would have this completely clear, and you build with brick or metal your hard mats, you're not really going to get shot at. You might get rocketed or something, but that's going to happen regardless if you're just on a bad layer. But yeah, I'll show you guys what this looks like up here. So yeah, if someone was like up here, this is really, really efficient because it almost looks like you're just like missing your back, but you guys are completely just covered in by these ramps here. So this is also a very, very good tunnel, and that's what you guys should start using when you start running out of mats or you need a mat refresh. Use that to use up the last of your builds just to get in. If you can, you guys will be set. Now the last thing I want to cover is pretty obvious, but this is just tarping when you have height. So let's say you get to end game in a Winter Royale and you and your duo, you guys want to win that game and get some elims. You got to learn how to tarp up here. It's pretty simple. I'm sure you guys all know this. The way I like to do it, just floor cone, and try not to like go crazy. I see some people when they get at height and they're looking down at old builds, whatever, looking for some picks, will just like start like spamming their builds and their tarps like this. Please don't do that. Save your mats, be efficient, or you're just gonna lose height. But yeah, usually just like this, floor cone, easy enough. And yeah, you guys should be covered. Hopefully this was helpful for somebody out there. Some of this stuff is pretty obvious to the advanced people, but if you guys are a beginner or you're on console for Winter Royale and you were looking just to, you know, get your tunnels up, play for a better endgame, and hopefully win some money in the Winter Royale. Hopefully this helped you guys, because I know a lot of people are coming back to Fortnite and competitive for duos like I am. I'm having a ton of fun on duos, so I thought it would be cool to make this video for all my controller scrimmers, helping you boys out with some of these builds. That's all for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you guys did, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notification. You guys know the deal. See you guys in the next one. Peace.